you want to know how much time you really have left after you turn 70? Every year that passes feels more precious. And the truth is your body is already sending signals about how long you might live. Some people in their 70s still feel strong, sharp, and full of life, like those neighbors of yours who are still driving to golf, taking dance classes, and enjoying life to the fullest. Meanwhile, others start to slow down, dealing with health problems and fatigue, feeling like life is gradually becoming more difficult. The difference often lies in a few key signs, subtle but powerful indicators that can give you a glimpse into your future. This article will talk about 7 signs that can reveal how long you might live after 70. These aren't guesses or old wives' tales. They're based on real patterns that researchers and doctors have observed in people who live long and healthy lives. By the end of this article, you'll know exactly what to look for in your body and lifestyle, and more importantly, what you could do to maximize your chances of living longer and healthier. Read until the end, because you might be overlooking small things that could have a big impact on your future. And once you recognize these signs, you'll have a clear idea of where you stand and what changes you might need to make to extend your lifespan. Now, let's get started. Sign number 1, your walking speed. One of the strongest indicators of how long you might live after 70 isn't hidden in your DNA, medical records, or even your diet. It's something much simpler, your walking speed. Studies have shown that people who maintain a brisk and steady walking pace in their 70s and beyond tend to live longer than those who slow down significantly. That's because walking speed is directly linked to overall health, muscle strength, cardiovascular function, and even brain health. Think of those steep streets in San Francisco, requiring you to have strong legs and a resilient heart to climb up. Or the long trails in national parks, where you can enjoy the beauty of nature, but also need a steady walking speed to complete the trip. Think about 2 people, Joe and Frank, both 75 years old. Joe walks every morning in his neighborhood, maintaining a steady pace and doesn't have trouble crossing the street or climbing stairs. His movements are fluid, balanced, and confident. He regularly participates in charity walks and is always the leader of the pack. Frank, on the other hand, used to be active but has slowed down significantly in the last few years. He finds it hard to keep up with others, takes frequent breaks, and sometimes feels unsteady on his feet. He often complains about aching joints and shortness of breath when walking. While Joe's pace suggests that his body is still functioning well, Frank's declining speed could be a warning sign that his health is deteriorating. Walking slowly and unsteadily isn't just about aging. It can signal underlying issues like muscle weakness, poor circulation, or even early neurological decline. Your legs are your foundation, and when they start to weaken, so does your overall resilience. Imagine you're building a house. If the foundation isn't solid, the house won't be able to withstand storms. Similarly, if your legs aren't healthy, you'll be more prone to falls, injuries, and other health problems. The good news is that you can improve your walking speed. The more you walk, the stronger you stay. If you've noticed yourself slowing down, don't ignore it. Start making small efforts to build strength, whether it's walking more, using light weights, or doing simple leg exercises. You can find fitness classes for seniors at community centers or local gyms, or you can find workout tutorial videos on YouTube and exercise at home. Because ultimately, how fast you move through life really can tell you a lot about how long you'll keep moving. So, pay attention to your pace. It might just be the simplest way to check in on your longevity. Sign number 2, your grip strength. Believe it or not, the strength of your handshake might be revealing more about your future than you think. Research has shown that grip strength is one of the clearest indicators of overall vitality in older adults. A firm and steady grip suggests strong muscles, good circulation, and a well-functioning nervous system. It's a sign that you can carry heavy grocery bags after shopping at the market, that you can open stubborn jars without needing anyone's help, and that you can do everyday tasks on your own without difficulty. On the other hand, a weak or declining grip can be an early warning sign of muscle loss, frailty, and even a higher risk of health complications. Think of those carpenters, farmers, or mechanics who have strong and firm hands thanks to their daily work. Take Robert, a 78-year-old man who always prided himself on his firm handshake. He stays active, lifts light weights, and never has trouble opening jars or carrying groceries. He's also an active member of the bowling club and always scores high thanks to the strength of his arm and hand. Then there's Walter, also 78, who started noticing that simple tasks like twisting the cap off a bottle or holding onto a heavy bag felt harder than they used to. He dismissed it as just aging, but what he didn't realize was that his declining grip strength was signaling a loss of muscle mass, which could make him more prone to falls, injuries, and even a shorter lifespan. He gradually became dependent on others and felt less confident in his daily life. Your hands are a reflection of your overall muscle health. If your grip is weakening, chances are so is the rest of your body. And the more strength you lose, the harder it becomes to stay independent, active, and resilient. The good news is that you can rebuild it. Simple exercises like squeezing a tennis ball, using hand grippers, or even carrying light weights can help maintain your grip and keep your muscles strong. You can find these tools at local sporting goods stores or online. Practice regularly and persistently to see results. So, take a moment and test your grip. If shaking hands feels weaker than it used to, or if everyday tasks are getting harder, don't ignore it, because how well you hold on to things today might just tell you how well you'll hold on to life in the years to come. Consider your hands as valuable tools and take good care of them. Sign number 3, your ability to stand on one leg. Balance isn't something most people think about until they start losing it, but the ability to stand on one leg for at least 10 seconds is one of the strongest predictors of how long you'll live. Imagine you're walking on a narrow path, and you have to keep your balance to avoid falling. The ability to keep balance is not only important in special situations, but also necessary for daily activities such as walking, climbing stairs, and even just standing up from a chair. Researchers have found that people who struggle with balance are more likely to experience falls, injuries, and even cognitive decline. In contrast, those who can maintain their balance well into their 70s and beyond tend to live longer and healthier lives. Think of those older adults who practice yoga, tai chi, or sports that require balance. They often have a healthy body and a clear mind. Imagine 2 women, Carol and Nancy, both in their 70s. Carol has always been active. She walks daily, practices yoga, and can easily lift one foot off the ground for several seconds without wobbling. She is also a regular volunteer at the local hospital and is always ready to help others. Nancy, on the other hand, hasn't paid much attention to her balance over the years. When she tries to stand on one leg, she immediately starts leaning, needing to grab onto something to steady herself. She often feels dizzy and is afraid of falling. What Nancy doesn't realize is that this loss of balance isn't just an inconvenience. It's a warning sign that her coordination, muscle strength, and even brain function may be declining. She needs to take action to improve this condition before it gets worse. Good balance relies on strong legs, a sharp nervous system, and a healthy brain. If you notice yourself stumbling more often, feeling unsteady when turning quickly, or needing to hold on to walls or furniture for support, it's time to take action. You can start by practicing simple exercises like standing on one leg for a few seconds each day, walking heel to toe, or practicing gentle tai chi. You can find these classes at community centers or online. The best part is that balance can be improved. You just need to be persistent and practice regularly. Try this test right now. Stand up and lift one foot off the ground. Can you hold it for 10 seconds without difficulty? If not, don't panic, but don't ignore it either, because the more you focus on your balance today, the healthier and more stable you'll be in the years to come. Think of balance training as a fun game and challenge yourself every day. Sign number 4, your sleeping habits. How well you sleep at night says a lot about how long you might live. Sleep isn't just about resting. It's when your body repairs itself, strengthens the immune system, and removes toxins from the brain. Imagine your body as a car. If you don't maintain it regularly, it will quickly break down. Similarly, if you don't get enough sleep, your body won't be able to recover and regenerate energy. Studies have shown that people over 70 who maintain consistent, high-quality sleep tend to live longer and healthier lives, while those who struggle with poor sleep have a higher risk of memory decline, heart disease, and a weakened immune system. Think of those firefighters, doctors, or shift workers who often face sleep deprivation and sleep disorders. They have a higher risk of chronic diseases and a shorter life expectancy. Think about two men, Henry and Bill, both in their 70s. Henry has a steady bedtime, sleeps about 7 hours each night, and wakes up feeling refreshed. He also practices meditation before sleep to help relax and reduce stress. Bill, on the other hand, has restless nights, tossing and turning, waking up multiple times, and sometimes finds it difficult to fall asleep. He often uses his phone and tablet before bed, which affect his sleep quality. Over time, Henry's body continues to function well, his mind remains sharp, and his energy levels remain steady, but Bill starts experiencing brain fog, daytime fatigue, and even changes in his blood pressure, all related to his declining sleep quality. He finds it difficult to concentrate and remember information. If you wake up frequently during the night, have difficulty falling asleep, or feel exhausted even after many hours in bed, don't ignore it. Your body is telling you something. Poor sleep can be related to many things: stress, poor diet, lack of physical activity, or even undiagnosed health conditions like sleep apnea. The good news is that sleep quality can be improved. You can start by creating a regular sleep routine, avoiding electronic devices before bed, and exercising regularly. Simple changes like reducing screen time before bed, sticking to a routine, getting natural sunlight in the morning, or avoiding heavy meals at night can make a big difference. You can also consult a doctor if you suspect you have health problems that affect your sleep. Sleep isn't just about feeling rested, it's about keeping your body and mind functioning at their best. So, tonight, pay attention to how you sleep. If you wake up tired, have trouble falling asleep, or feel like your sleep has changed in recent years, it's time to make adjustments, because how well you rest today can determine how healthy and strong you'll be in the years to come. Consider sleep as an important investment in your health and longevity. Sign number 5, your appetite and eating habits. How you eat after 70 is one of the strongest indicators of how long you might live. A healthy appetite and a balanced diet keep your body strong, your immune system resilient, and your energy levels high. Think of those older adults who regularly cook at home, grow vegetables in the garden, and enjoy family meals. They often have good health and a happy life. On the other hand, a sudden loss of appetite or poor eating habits can signal underlying health problems and even accelerate aging. Think of those older adults who live alone, are sedentary, and often eat fast food or processed foods. They have a higher risk of chronic diseases and a shorter life expectancy. Consider two women, Margaret and Susan, both 74 years old. Margaret enjoys her meals, eats a variety of fresh, whole foods, and maintains a stable weight. She looks forward to preparing her own meals and feels energized throughout the day. She's also an active member of the cooking club and regularly shares healthy recipes with others. Susan, however, has noticed that she no longer feels as hungry as before. She skips meals, relies on processed foods, and has unintentionally lost weight over the past year. What she doesn't realize is that her decreased appetite isn't just a small change. It's a red flag that her body may not be absorbing nutrients properly, which can weaken her muscles, slow down her metabolism, and even affect her immune system. She needs to change her eating habits to improve her health and longevity. A decreased appetite in older adults is often related to underlying health concerns, including digestive issues, hormonal changes, or even early signs of cognitive decline. And when you don't eat enough, your body starts breaking down muscle, leading to weakness, frailty, and an increased risk of falls and illness. Consider food as a medicine. Choose healthy and nutritious foods to nourish your body and prevent disease. If you notice changes in your eating habits, whether it's feeling full too quickly, a lack of interest in food, or unexpected weight loss, it's important to take action. Learn about nutrition for older adults and consult with a doctor or nutritionist. Eating well after 70 isn't just about keeping you full, it's about providing your body with the nutrients it needs to function properly. Focus on whole, nutrient-dense foods, stay hydrated, and don't ignore a shrinking appetite. It could be your body's way of telling you that something needs attention. So, ask yourself, are you still enjoying your meals? Are you getting enough protein, fiber, and healthy fats to keep your body strong? Or have you noticed a decline in your appetite and energy levels? How you eat today has a direct impact on how strong and independent you'll be in the years to come. Consider each meal an opportunity to take care of your health and extend your lifespan. Sign number 6, your ability to cope with stress. How you handle stress after 70 can tell you a lot about how long you'll live. Chronic stress doesn't just affect your mood, it also weakens your immune system, increases your risk of heart disease, and even accelerates aging. Imagine your body as a machine. If you're constantly using it at maximum level, it will quickly wear down. Similarly, if you're constantly under stress, your body will not be able to recover and regenerate energy. On the other hand, people who know how to manage stress effectively tend to be healthier, more active, and mentally sharper for the rest of their lives. Think of those older adults who regularly practice yoga, meditation, or other relaxation activities. They often have a good mood and a healthy body. Take John and Richard, both 76 years old. JN faces challenges just like anyone else. Unexpected expenses, health worries, family issues. But he has learned to cope with them with a calm and steady attitude. He practices deep breathing, maintains social connections, and doesn't focus on problems any longer than necessary. He also participates in a support group and shares his experiences with others. Richard, however, holds on to stress. He constantly worries about things beyond his control, feels overwhelmed by small frustrations, and often finds himself stuck in negative thought patterns. He often suffers from insomnia, headaches, and difficulty concentrating. Over time, this constant stress wears down his body, his blood pressure rises, his sleep is affected, and his energy levels drop. Long-term stress triggers inflammation in the body, which has been linked to almost every major age-related disease from Alzheimer's to heart disease. Consider stress as a silent enemy. Find a way to deal with it before it harms your health. If you often feel tense, irritable, or emotionally drained, don't ignore it. Find ways to reduce stress by exercising, meditating, or participating in social activities. Finding ways to manage stress, whether through mindfulness, exercise, deep breathing, or even laughter, can extend your lifespan. Consider stress reduction as an important part of taking care of your health. Ask yourself, when challenges arise, do you adapt and move forward, or do you hold on to worry and let stress control you? The ability to stay calm, find solutions, and focus on what you can control isn't just good for your mind. It's a key factor in how long and how well you live. Remember, you cannot control everything that happens in your life, but you can control how you react to it. Sign number 7, your social connections. The strength of your relationships can be one of the clearest indicators of how long you might live after 70. Imagine your life as a garden. If you don't take care of it, it will quickly become desolate. Similarly, if you don't maintain your relationships, you will feel lonely and isolated. Studies have consistently shown that people with strong social connections, whether through friendship, family, or community involvement, tend to live longer, healthier lives. Think of those older adults who regularly participate in social activities, meet friends, and spend time with family. They often have a happy life and good health. On the other hand, loneliness has been linked to higher risks of heart disease, depression, cognitive decline, and even early mortality. Think of those older adults who live alone, have little communication with others, and feel lonely and isolated. They have a higher risk of chronic diseases and a shorter life expectancy. Think of two women, Eleanor and Barbara, both 78 years old. Eleanor has an active social life. She keeps in touch with old friends, participates in a local book club, and enjoys spending time with family. She looks forward to her conversations, often laughs, and feels a sense of connection to those around her. She's also a regular volunteer at the local community center and is always ready to help others. Barbara, however, spends most of her time alone. She has lost touch with many of her friends over the years, and although she has family, she rarely reaches out. She often feels lonely and isolated. As the months pass, she begins to feel isolated, her mood declines, and her overall health begins to suffer. She needs to change her habits to improve her life and her health. Human connection is more than just emotional support. It plays a direct role in physical health. When you interact with others, your brain stays active, your stress levels drop, and your body releases chemicals that promote overall well-being. Consider your relationships as precious gems. Treasure them and take good care of them. If you find yourself withdrawing from social activities, avoiding phone calls, or spending more time alone than before, it's time to change that. Be proactive in contacting friends and family. Join a club, a group, or volunteer organization. Maintaining connections doesn't mean you have to be surrounded by people all the time. Even small efforts to reach out to an old friend, join a group with shared interests, or make it a habit to have meaningful conversations can make all the difference. Because the relationships you nurture today don't just bring happiness. They help ensure that you'll be healthier and live longer in the years to come. Remember, you're never too old to make friends and build meaningful relationships. Final thoughts. Now that you know these 7 signs, take a moment to reflect on where you stand. Are you moving through life with strength and confidence? Or have you noticed subtle changes that might be warning signs? The good news is that most of these factors, your walking speed, grip strength, balance, sleep quality, eating habits, stress levels, and social connections, are things you can improve. Your future isn't set in stone, and the choices you make today can have a powerful impact on how many years you have left. If you recognize areas where you need to improve, don't wait for a doctor to tell you it's time to make change. Start now. Walk more, strengthen your muscles, prioritize good sleep, stay socially connected, and find ways to manage stress. You can seek help from professionals, join classes, or seek support from friends and family. The goal isn't just to live longer, it's to live better, because ultimately, longevity isn't just about the number of years you have left, but the quality of life you experience in those years. Remember, you have control over your life. Make smart choices and enjoy the golden years of your life. Thanks for following along. Hopefully the information in this video and detailed article has helped you better understand the important signs of longevity and how to improve your health after 70. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to press the like button to support the channel. And if you want to continue following similar content on health and longevity, press the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss any new videos. You can also share this video with your loved ones so they can also benefit from this knowledge. Let's build a community that lives healthily and long. Leave a comment below and share something you learned from this video or this article and how you plan to apply it to your life. I look forward to hearing your shares. Wishing you a healthy, happy, and long life. See you in the next videos.